What evidence shows that Arctic glaciers are changing? Imagine standing on a glacier and watching it slowly melt away. That's not just a scene from a movie, but a real change happening in the Arctic. Over the past few decades, scientists have gathered a lot of proof that Arctic glaciers are shrinking and losing ice. One of the clearest signs is the decline in sea ice extent. Every year, the maximum and minimum amounts of sea ice in the Arctic get smaller. In 2025, the Arctic sea ice reached its lowest maximum extent ever recorded, covering about 14.33 million square kilometers. That's over 1 million square kilometers less than the average from 1981 to 2010. This shrinking ice shows that the glaciers and sea ice are retreating. Another piece of evidence is the lengthening of melting seasons. Warmer temperatures cause ice to melt earlier in the year and freeze later. In Alaska, for example, the number of days when the water stays unfrozen has increased by about 4 days each decade. This means glaciers are exposed to melting for longer periods, speeding up their retreat. Land-based glaciers and ice sheets are also losing mass faster than before. Greenland's ice sheet, which is the second largest in the world, has been shedding around 175 billion metric tons of ice every year since 1992. That adds to rising sea levels. Smaller glaciers across the Arctic are also shrinking rapidly, with many expected to vanish by mid-century if current warming continues. The Arctic is warming at a much faster rate than the rest of the planet. This phenomenon is called Arctic amplification. When ice melts, it exposes darker ocean water that absorbs more heat instead of reflecting it. This causes even more melting. Recent data shows the Arctic is warming nearly 4 times faster than the global average. Satellites play a big role in tracking these changes. They use microwave sensors to observe ice cover daily, even through clouds. These images show a steady decline in ice thickness and extent over many years. The shrinking glaciers and sea ice also impact the environment and tourism. As glaciers retreat, habitats for Arctic wildlife change, and indigenous communities see their traditional ways of life affected. For Arctic tourism, fewer glaciers and less stable ice mean altered travel routes and shorter seasons for visitors. Tour operators notice more open water and unpredictable ice conditions, which can make travel more challenging but also more unique. All these facts point to a clear picture. Arctic glaciers are changing fast, and the evidence is visible in satellite images, temperature records, and the shrinking of ice across the region.